Blessed in history was a word that means pretty much what it means today. That when we think about blessing, that we oftentimes think about material prosperity. That when we talk about I'm blessed, usually that blessing is attached to some sort of physical addition, some sort of tangible reality that we've added to our lives. That's how the word was used in times past. That the person that is blessed is the person that has a lot of stuff. That the person is blessed, the one that is blessed is in good health. That got a clean bill of health from the doctor. That the person that is blessed is the one that got a raise on the job. That's blessing as it was determined in times of old. As the word began to pass down through time, it ran into the ancient Greek philosophers. And they took the word makarios in classical Greek. They took the word and they turned it inwardly so that it ceased to be a word that strictly meant material prosperity. And it began to appeal to the intellect or the mind. So that when the Greek philosopher said, blessed, they were speaking of the intellectual properties of the individual. In other words, the more you know, the more blessed you are. Can I tell you that by the time we get to the New Testament, that Jesus Christ, that God himself has allowed heaven to shine those celestial rays on the biblical dictionary of the word and found this word blessed, and he has lifted it from the realms of material prosperity and intellectual propriety, and he's lifted it to the place where now blessed means something strange to the pagan world. It's been stripped of its material prosperity in Matthew 5. It has been stripped of its intellectual properties in Matthew chapter 5. And now this word is something that is foreign. It is something that is alien. The definition of it is something that the world can't seem to wrap their minds around. How is a man blessed that is persecuted? How is a man blessed if he's pure in heart? How can a man be blessed if he is a peacemaker? God has taken this word and he has turned it into something that is completely foreign to the context from which the word derived in. In other words, friends, God is telling us that the demands that I'm going to make on your life through my son, Jesus Christ, you cannot do it without the blessing of God on your life. You can't do it without the grace of the Holy Spirit on your life. You can't do it in your own strength. You need divine help. And the good news is that not only does God demand that we do what he commands, but God supplies our every need so that we are able to do what he has commanded us to do.